Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you like my channel, please like and subscribe, and there's a notifications bell down here that will get you notified as to when I'm going live. And I've got my coffee here and a huge oversized sweatshirt and summer hair. Da-da-da-da. So I'm in the process of kind of going pink, and I think pinks and orange are great for summer, so I'm totally rocking that. Um, okay, so today in harm reduction. So we were able to find in my last vlog I had mentioned the young adult who had needed shelter and needed shoes. Through Vicky, she was able to find shoes, and through collaboration, we were able to figure out somewhere that was an appropriate shelter for this place for this person to stay. Thank you, Lady Lilac. Hi, Dr. Nina. So we were able to find him an appropriate place to stay for his age group, the supplies that they were carrying with, things like that. So I get downtown and everybody was kind of running late. And I was standing there and I would have started, but I didn't have all the harm reduction supplies. I just had the fentanyl testing strips, some wound care stuff, and I did bring like some socks and stuff. So we were down there and this woman named Anne walks up. And Anne was going through paranoid delusions. And as Anne's talking, and I hate to admit this, I really do. As she's talking, I find myself getting impatient because that's a skill I need to learn. Jules, hello, beautiful lady. Would you tell us how old you are? Oh, I just turned 41. Yay! It's my 41st birthday. What food is my favorite to cook? All different types. It really, I don't have a favorite. It's just my zone time when I get in the kitchen and just start throwing things together. But as I'm talking to Anne, she's explaining, well, first she asked me where I got my boots. Thank you, Bill. And I told her that someone had given them to me. And she complimented me, told me I was very pretty. And then she said, of course, that people were watching her and stalking her, and they could mimic many different people. And she was very frightened. And I guess that's when I caught myself, is when I really started listening instead of just dismissing it. Because I think that's what I was about to do. I honestly do. I think after she got talking for a while, I almost caught myself dismissing what she had to say. And I immediately brought myself back because that's not who I am. And I believe that even in the midst of mental illness, sometimes a connection, she obviously needed a connection with someone. So I just asked her questions and I let her talk. And within the delusion, I found some truth. The truth was that she was very scared of an individual that had abused her earlier and now believed that that person was several different people. She believed that they were tracking her through the medical system so that she couldn't go get medical help. Because if she took any medicine, that they were going to, if she took any medicine, that they were going to track her, that they had trackers in there. And I sat and I listened and I looked at her and I said, you know what, hon? They are tracking us because they do track the homeless. It's called HMIS, Homeless Management Information System. And she looked at me and she's like, yeah. And I said, but here's the thing. To get help, you have to tell them who you are. And there's people that are safe that won't let people come and hurt you like that. And then she said, I think you're trying to sell me something. I said, "I am not trying to sell you anything, nothing." I said, "I have some socks if you want them and some chapstick." And, she didn't need harm reduction supplies. And, she said, "How can I get a house?" I said, "How long you been out here?" And she said, 2.5 years. It hurt my heart to know how frightened she was. She truly, truly believed that there were people after her. And that's why she couldn't reach for help. That's why she couldn't accept support. And it's why that in no stretch of the imagination anywhere would a shelter be okay for her. The problem is there's no one to really call in that situation. She's not out of line. She's not a danger to herself or others, but she's very ill. So we worked it out to where I told her that they were going to have to get information. I made sure do you have an ID? And we dug out some paper plates and wrote down a place that she could go. I gave her the bus number to get there, wrote down my name and number, and put Camp Second Chance on there, told her when she had to be there by. Um, and she left on good terms. She was so kind and just needed a connection, needed someone to say, okay, I get it. That's got to be terrifying. Not that isn't real, that's not happening. What's wrong? But no, if that was really happening to me, or even if I believed that that was really happening to me, the terror that I would feel. So, as in after harm reduction, I did see her again, and she had not left yet on the bus. So, what I'm hoping it for is that maybe when she comes back to herself and is able to, she'll find that piece of paper with my number. And, as lucidity comes and goes, we can work out, how best to get her situated. Um, but it was a reality check for me to keep my ears and eyes open and to have patience and love and kindness and compassion in all situations. Um, I'm going to address the question of Lady Lilac. What was it like for you, your first nights indoor? I've been alone for 7 months now and I still get freaked out. Yeah, I do too. My first few nights was really actually difficult. Um, I kept waking up. Luckily, I have, because I have such a difficult time, I have sleeping meds that I take and PTSD meds. There's a medicine that, so that if you have nightmares, that it will tone that down so that you can sleep. But it was frightening. I didn't have my crew no more. I didn't have my people right there. You know, it was It was different. And even now, but now I have, like, Gypsy downstairs and other people downstairs, so it's like I got the fam here, so it's really now it's good. And it's been a year and a half now. It's been a year and a half since I've had a home. So I've started to sink in. I've started to I remember I didn't wanna really decorate or anything because I didn't wanna have to deal with buying stuff I'd have to throw out if I couldn't maintain it, you know? I was afraid. I was afraid of so much. And even now, I have to admit, I live in an apartment building, and when a door slams or I hear like angry words, or I freak out a little bit. But I got good old Ro who will throw a fit if necessary, and she's my girl. She's got me. How long am I able to stay in my new home? Is it long term? Yes, it is. It's for as long as I need it. I am through a program called Shelter Plus Care. Um, and I have a social worker that checks in to make sure that, everything's well and I'm good. I am pretty high functioning. So for the most part, I'm pretty good. Um, I am currently waiting on a decision from Social Security, and that's been a few years in the making. And it's frightening, but at least I know that I'll have a roof over my head. And that is, it makes me feel safe. I do find myself not wanting to leave a lot because it's hard now that I feel safe here to want to leave my safe spot. Um, I think once you've had like a certain amount of trauma, you just don't want to expose yourself. Like if it's not in the line of outreach, I don't expose myself to undue trauma. um, no, as a matter of fact, ask all the questions you guys want. This is Coffee with Manda. I just wanted to share my experience with Anne and just let you guys know that I had really learned something about really, even if it doesn't sound like what somebody is saying is making sense, truly listening from the heart and finding that spot. But definitely, I am here to answer questions. What do I do in my spare time? Oh, I don't even know if I should show this yet. So I'm gonna swing this around and take you over to maybe what I do in my spare time. And that right there is a lot of what I do in my spare time. And then you see over here, those are all outreach items. So I pass things out to people. I paint. That's one of my favorite things. I cook and I bake and I do photography and I watch stupid TV. I listen to music and I clean my house.